Today I visited the camp of Miss Hughes'
an affiliate
house. Camp of his party in Village
Jack
14
Rule.
Security. 2. She is one of the foster homes. This is the third generation, right? The third generation is the day
At
before
first the
her
barns.
You know, I made the bell at the beginning of the year. 8 barns, 3 square meters. But there's something special here. Has a cage of 3 square meters, one long
there's this
horizontal
kind of
type
cage.
barn. Hey, square always means 7 meters across. It's 1 meter 7, guys. It's not even
But
3
this kind of
meters square.
cage
Is extremely effective. How many girls can this cage last collect? Lean on, then sum a cage. This is a total of 8. How much is an 8? 86 key. It's 5 barns, over 180 kilos. More than 180 kilograms. So is. It's over 30 kilos a barn,
barn
guys.
like this
is over 30 kilos a barn. It's very successful. This time, it's a little slow, as this litter is 25 days old, exactly 2 to 5 days old. Cricket, this season. It's cold, guys, so it's going to be slow. But it's also pretty regular, and he's up for dinner. It's hard to eat, right? Because there is a warm shadow and it is dark, so he also dropped the keyer. Let it be closed. He ate more dinner. Well, meaning, well, you can refer to this heating bulb. This heating bulb is a bulb for chickens. 45W or something? It's like this. The rope is done. Each cage is a shadow, like a long cage. The barn shadows is these 2 shadows. The square barns, there's a shadow of you. And the barn over here, there is also a shadow over there, right? The ball in general be flexible is according to the size of the cage. Then the barn is full of power. The ball has low power, lower down. If the power is high, we put have it up to help, little. Not very low down. It's dangerous, flammable again. Last generation calculated raw. How much does a barn cost? You just calculated everything. That's 1, 8, 12 of them. Is subtracting how much it costs to eat. How much does 12 sacks of goat bran just imported cost? Is 70. Is 12 minus 12 sacks of bran. You have not calculated how much interest. That's about 10 million. That's interest minus the food. To make a cage for 2 million. A cage of 2 million cage like this, 2 million. It's not easy to get that high output. In general, Miss Hughes' house you see very at the foot of a cage. All these things have 8 water, finished for A. It's a waste to fight ants, and there's 1. Cover to fight rat lizards. Winter things are low in shade and cassava leaves. The leaves must always be there. You are ready to be adopted all the time, day and night in the cage. It all means food must always be in there. It's in the cage. You guys, how many eggs do you drop in a cage? She dropped 8 trays in 1 cage. You dropped 10 trays of this chicken coop. She dropped 8 trays in her cage. The previous batch was also last 8 trays. I dropped an 8. I said you dropped 10. Now, that's you saying more eggs and less coop. Means that the previous generation A to achieve the more productive. More than 30 kilos is to drop a cage of these 10 egg trays. 10 but that egg trays, you have to make sure you have enough food. Drinking water. If it leaves things, it will achieve that output. Thick, we can't guarantee the amount of food in there. It's going to be very easy to eat each other. Then I grew her up. This season, it will be a little slower, probably about 2 weeks. 2 minus 5 days old. This is indoor space. Winter. If you want to grow this kind of enclosed space, sealed space takes advantage of. Can I keep it in for barns? Then try going out there. Here is the outer space. Out on this porch, it was in the house here on the porch. On the porch. The day before I was here. But I thought I'd put these 5 cages. It's cold. So we put 2 barns in the house. There's these 3 barns out there. And then we raised 5 barns. and it's quite so you've milky. Got a few more cages. You see, this is the density. Is it the same as the previous one? That last litter was the same. The same. If it can be raised, well, it should be over the amount of it is in this blister. It's open it up, sugar, and see if everyone can see it. It's the same way, guys. Because it looks the same on the outside. You see, it's all gone, guys. He's out there a lot. There's a lot in it. So it's growing, and it's growing, and it's growing. So the level is the same. But the chair, this chair is not up to the second floor, guys. Not yet on the second floor. Not up yet, eh? This season is slowly growing. In the hot summer, I have to go up density and let it relax. And winter, it's cold. The density of the cricket is like this. It's as much as this. See, it's after its density, and it's very fast. It is extremely thick, you guys. Here, look at this. Not terrible. It's very expensive, but you have to invest in it. If you invest a small amount, 8 little leaves, it grows slowly. It's easy to split the wings and evenly. That's right. It means raw food with pure food. The thing is that it always has to be full of water. Correct. How many times a day are you spraying this winter? Spray light. You don't spray, but at about 10 o'clock, she sprayed once. Then at about p.m., she sprayed once. But you don't spray much. Well, because it's winter, it's so cold. Twice a day. But the warm sun begins. The type of person you're warm with, you start spraying. It's pretty good too. It doesn't sound like it. If he eats, he has water. He doesn't have. You don't get cold water. That she mixed warm and cold water. It's as warm as a bath for kids. It means this season, the warm water is not like the previous phase of work. It's so good out here that there's a tarp here and there. You can see where the canvas is. At night, we'll pull over so that it doesn't get cold. It's covered, but there's a little bit of room for it. The air it breathes right. No. It means pulling the canvas. Then the rest of you leave a little bit. Let the air it doesn't get, because glasses look like this. If it's covered up, it's choking. He's choking. He's breathing. Last time, you disinfected the plastic table. I can see that the steam is sitting on top of it. Breathes. Because you can't cook, you've got to get rid of your tarp. Pepper picking fish. Yes. Is that it has a degree with an opening of about a factor of 20. Yes. Let the wind come in and let it cool. Stomach. General a cricket's farming experience of Miss Hugh. It's pretty sure now. This is the 3rd generation of the 1st generation. The first litter is also a cage that weighs 2 kilos. First generation. 5 barns, 2 kilos is more than 20. About 25 kilograms. I wish you'd be one of the farmers. Bring extremely high economic efficiency. And I'm trying to replicate because that. Actually not every household is raising That's such a good economic because many households do not have the skills. And the gripping technique is also uncertain. There are a lot of mistakes as well as mistakes, which leads to a situation where, well, sometimes crickets don't reach the quality. The output is all the same size. The output is also not good. The price is not high. It doesn't have that. The output is, again, the income is low. There are some big crickets coming up. Here you have these. It's like this one's about to go on a milk cricket. It's pretty much everything. Anyone who wants to visit your home, go to Village 14. Security messaging. I will introduce you to the direct learning address. It's better than texting or exchange over the phone because you have to come down and have a look. Feeding way for drinking. See the barn design. How is it clear? And speaking on the phone. It's just to some degree. Or shoot a video like this. You only know the story like that. To be able to do it or make it work, it's got to be there. You guys, I hope so, are the farmers of Fan Solar Every household has a high output. out the batches of crickets, its quality. Like that, people with the company have been together for a long time. As many households as you know, there are many households, too. It's not good enough. The quality of the crickets is bad. Turned out is a time raising a litter. 2 litters are discouraged. These easy wings are not difficult, but what I want is to be meticulous. Yes, meticulous is an example of me being picky. Yes, because I take care of it gently, and how to eat it, how to drink it. Well, that's how it's taken care of. What season is I warm, and what season am I warm? Generally speaking, it is not. It is not hard, but I have to understand its growing characteristics. In the summer, I have to let one go. In winter, you have to keep it warm. I have to warm it up. Then it can develop. What if I did the second and third time? I have to. Taking care of the cricket from the very beginning hatch on the right small eggs. I have to take care of them gently. I will show you how to drink water and how each stage of it. That's right, easy. Each stage must have a personal care techniques. It's not like a pig. That's what a chicken is. Now that day is falling. How do I feed my crickets so they can crawl? What to eat? That's right. Even though it's about how the food troughs are arranged. It's also in stages. You're right. Small, I arranged in a different way. I had to do it differently. If you make just one mistake, it will affect the example. The small one I arranged. If you can eat, can you eat? It will be irregular when it grows up. Let's just say that briefly to show you that feed a litter of crickets. Succeeding in output as well as quality require a lot. The search as well as the experience. But those are. You'd better come directly. The camps that they've successfully raised, like Miss Hugh, to be able to be live exchange, as you can see. See how to operate the feeding back and forth a few times, but once doesn't work. I encourage you to do that. And today's video is quite long. Thank you very much. See you all in the next videos.